All right, hey guys, Jason here. We're back up here at JC Lewis Ford here in Statesboro. It's Sunday, and but we have the new 2025 Ford F-150 Tremor, the 402 or 403 or whatever the package is. It includes the steel bumpers and the Torsen front axle in this. The Torsen limited slip front differential is in this particular vehicle. We want to see how it stacks up. Many of you guys know that I do not like the fact that in order to get the Torsen, that you have to go to this $11,700 package right here to get the Torsen. That's the only way you can get it. To get that is to get all this crap, to get that front axle with Torsen diff lock is part of this $12,000 package. You know that pisses me off. I've talked about it many times, but we're gonna do a walk around on this truck and we're gonna see what its competition compares to for this truck and if it actually is a good deal. So we have it right here. Nice truck, great looking truck, done well. We get the steel bumpers on here, winch ready, steel bumpers, winch ready. So beautiful setup, nice big tow hooks. Look at the tow hooks on the Tremor right there versus the tow hooks on the standard four-wheel drive. Okay, so like I said, they do this truck very nicely done. High clearance bumper. You can see it in front of the wheel versus those. Love the bumper. Love the way they do the Tremor package. It's got the extra nostrils on the hood right there. Looks really good. Again, I love it. I love the goldish, copper, orangey, whatever color you want to call that accents that's in here. I think they do this truck very, very nice. Love the wheels. We got General Grabbers. That's a very solid all-terrain tire on a stock truck. So they did it very good on this thing. These are 275/70 18s. I believe that's, if I'm not mistaken, you're gonna have to, don't quote me on that, but we'll have to, actually I'll put the number down on there below for what that actual tire size is. We get the Raptor style running boards, which if you know, I'm not a huge fan of running boards, but if you're gonna have a running board, I like this one. I like that it offers a lot of body protection from stone chips and things like that on the rockers, and it does a very good job. So I like what they've done here. Wow, look at that fit and finish is a little off right there. Look at that, pretty crazy. But they do a good job, and it's off there too. Look at that, that's shocking for Ford. I mean, to see that kind of stuff on there, like I said. But a great truck. They do a fantastic job with this truck. We get our tie down low in the back. We do not get a front low tie down. It's Ford thing. Ford sucks at tie downs in their trucks. It just is what it is. But we do on this one get that multifunctional tailgate. That's pretty cool. And bed lights are standard. We don't even get a bed liner in here. It's not even spray and bed lined on this yet. That's crazy, because wait till you see the sticker price listing. Tremor badging right there. We do get recovery hooks on the back. That is a gold mine, beautiful thing. Many people don't understand the value of that, and I'll explain it to you. But we get good bumpers, steel bumpers, and we get tow hooks. Here's the back of a standard four-wheel drive F-150. No tow hooks there. Now people are like, well, you can still plug a hitch receiver, put a recovery point in the hitch. Yes, you can. However, if you want to, if this truck is dug in bad and it's being recovered, it is so much better to be able to run 2 points to be able to bridge that across there and have it come out and draw from both sides much better. Not only if you were to put a hitch winch, like I have, a winch and a hitch cradle like I carry for my Gladiator in there, and I want to run a double line, I need somewhere else to hook up to. Gives you a place to hook up the secondary line to be able to run a double line winch setup in there. So, and even could run triple if you wanted to. So it's nice to have those features. Tremor does a very good job with that. Fantastic setup on this thing. So we like what we're seeing. Now when we come around here and we look at the price, I don't have the keys for this, it's a Sunday, but when we look at this price, that's where it hurts. $80,000. This is a 402A package, and it does that 402A package is the key. Without that 402A package, what you get is basically an FX4 F-150. That's basically what you get. Because if you don't get that front Torsen diff, then basically it's an FX4 with a couple little minor upgrades. But off-road capability-wise, a Tremor, standard Tremor, is no different than an FX4 as far as capability. We're talking about that Torsen front axle being the key, but they charge you $11,000 for it, and the steel bumpers being a feature. So where does it rank price-wise? We just saw it, $80,000 MSRP. We also know that MSRP means nothing today. In the world today, MSRP is 100% irrelevant. So I, fortunately for you, went in, and I will show them for you from Auto Trader. We took the averages of some of the best deals that we were seeing on there and gave you some real numbers on what you can expect to not only pay for a 402 or higher package that has the Torsen front diff without it, and how it competition stands up. So where are we at on this thing? So in reality, this particular truck, this $80,000 Tremor, as we see it right now, real world street price, if you know what you're doing and you're not afraid to call some dealers and work some numbers, you're probably coming in at about $68,000. That's $12,000 savings. That's pretty good. There's a lot of these out here. This particular model of this Tremor, not the other Tremors, this one with the 402 package, it has a Torsen front end. There's a lot of these out there for you. So it's pretty good numbers there if you want to make it happen. $68,000 is kind of what you can expect. Now, what about some other ones? Okay, well, we have this Colorado ZR, or the Silverado ZR2. The Silverado, I do not say, we're on a Ford lot, so we probably don't see one, but we do have over here the Colorado version that I can show you real quick and point out some things that the full-size one has too. So hold on one sec, we'll walk over there. All right, I lied. We actually do have a used ZR2 Colorado or Silverado here. This is the full Silverado. This is comparable to Ford's Tremor, but this actually destroys it in the fact that this doesn't have a Torsen front axle in it. This actually has legit electronic locking front diffs in this. So this one blows the doors off of the Torsen. The Torsen is good, but this is legit lockers in this, front and rear lockers. The only full-size truck made today that offers legit front and rear lockers, and it is right here. So this ZR2 is a competitor to that Tremor. However, notice this ZR2, it comes with two motor options here too. You get the 6.2 liter V8, amazing V8, kind of having some troubles right now with recalls on them, but you can also get it in the, you can get it with the 3 liter Duramax in this too, but beast of a truck. Great tow hooks, great setup, 33 stock from this thing is how it comes. You get the excellent, good quality running boards, very similar to it. You get an awesome engine, you get a great setup, you get a great 4-wheel drive system. You do get a good suspension on it. We get the Multimatics in here, Multimatic DSSV suspension on this. See if I can see it better here in the front for you. If I can get in there and show you, yeah, right there, Multimatic DSSV suspension. Incredible suspension, blows the doors off the Tremor suspension, but excellent setup in this truck. And but you do not get a rear recovery point on this unless you go to the Bison edition, but you do have your hitch, but that is something to note. But what's this truck come in at for a brand new one, a brand new ZR2, if we know that the Tremor 402A package, that $80,000 one, is $68,000. This one right here, brand new, if you're looking for a brand new one, you're coming in about $62,000. Something that you got to understand and consider. Put into reality aspect of that when you're shopping. You're saving $6,000, probably getting a little more truck. You got to weigh the considerations for what matters to you, but you might have a little more reliable engine currently today with that Ford than what you're seeing in this if you go with the 6.2. At 6.2 under some recalls. What else do we got? Well, what if you were to stay with the Tremor and get an actual Tremor and not have it be, which we have one over here that was actually bought. I know this truck because we've reviewed it and talked about it in the past, and I see it up there right now with the as-is sticker, a used sticker in it. So it looks like somebody bought this Tremor that was here earlier this year, and it looks like they're already traded it in, which is, I find kind of interesting how people are doing this. I don't understand the way people think sometimes, but we'll pop over there. I'll be right back with you. Okay, this is not that used one. This is actually a new 2025, and it's got a used sticker on it, which I find pretty interesting. I'm not quite sure. There's a used sticker on the other side of the window over there. You can see through it, but it's a 2025, same deal, $80,000. It does have that same 402A package or whatever they called it right there, 402A, and they're also kicking in another $7,000 for window tint, bed liner, upgraded tires, speedo recalibration, and a leveling kit. $7,000. Whoo, man, they are not playing, they're playing dirty on that one right there, man. That's kind of crazy. $87,000 for that, but we got to get past this speaker. It plays music. We'll be right back with you. All right, now we're back over here. Now we're not going walking all the way over where the Super Duties are over there. They do not have a Tremor version over there, but what about the F250 in a Tremor model, 2025 new F1 or a 250 in a Tremor, you can get that vehicle all day long, and it has the same Torsen front axles in it without having to buy that extra additional upgraded package. Every 250 Tremor comes with it already with that Torsen front end. And what's that going to cost you? Well, remember, we were at $68,000 street price on that one over there, on that 150. For the F250 version, you're $62,000. So again, you're $6,000 less to get an F250 in a Tremor version with that kind of capability. Easy to put 37s on, the whole deal, everything. You're saving money over this F150 402A package. And what about a Raptor? People compare it all the time, say, well, a Tremor and a Raptor. Okay, first of all, there's zero comparison between a Tremor and a Raptor, especially when you start talking about motors. But the Raptor, street price on a Raptor, about $79,000. So about 10 grand more, 11 grand more than what you're going to pay for this Tremor street price for this. And this will actually have more off-road capability in the mud and the nasty stuff, and this will prevent you from getting stuck more than a Raptor will, because a Raptor does not have the Torsen front axles anymore. They cut it out in 2023, so they don't get it anymore. So this one actually is going to be more capable than a Raptor when it comes to getting unstuck and getting out of the messes. So that's kind of a nice thing there. And then we have a standard. If we take a FX4, XLT, FX4, whichever that is around here, we're just going to pretend it's there because I don't want to go, here's one right here. Here is a FX4, and this has got chrome on it, so I don't know if this is a, is this XLT or is this Lariat? Let's see what we got here. We got XLT, so this truck right here, something like this right here in an FX4 package, is also not going to be near as capable as that Tremor is with the with that 402A package. Now, however, this will be just as capable as the stock Tremor without the Torsen front axles. You're basically looking at this in a nutshell as far as real-world capability. Obviously, got some nicer upgrades on that, even the standard Tremor, but realistically, it's more like this. But what does this come in at price-wise? If we look at this, again, we don't care what their window sticker says. What do they say? $59,000. Here's the street price numbers of a FX4 of this truck right here. Street price, you should be looking right around $49,000. So things to consider. That's kind of how that Tremor stacks up. It's a pretty solid truck, and realistically, the street price on it is not too unreal and for what it offers. But there are only two full-size trucks. Power Wagon is an HD, so it's irrelevant. It's not a full-size. There are really only two full-size trucks made today. Three if you count you put the Sierra in with the Silverado, you know, if you separate them. But really, you have this Ford right here, the F-150 Tremor with the 402A package. This particular package for $12,000 extra dollars that makes the F-150 a very capable off-road truck. You have Chevy with the ZR2, which has got the front lockers in it that makes it a very good, capable off-road truck. That's it. Those are the only ones. Ram Rebel's a great truck, don't get me wrong. The Ram Warlock's a great truck, don't get me wrong, but they're open differentials in the front. Yes, they use a little bit of computer-controlled algorithm, just like Toyota does. We understand that, but there's nothing is going to beat true mechanical lockup capabilities, and this has it, and so does the ZR2. So Chevy, like I said, coming in a little cheaper, offering a little more capability, but Ford, this Tremor right here, street price makes it a hell of a lot more appealing and a lot better of an option. Let me know your thoughts down below where you think about this. What do you think? Which one would you choose? ZR2 Silverado or the F-150 Tremor for this? This being about $6,000 more. Like I said, the other Tremor without that, irrelevant. It might as well just buy an FX4. But this one, how's it stack up for you? What do you think? Let me know. Thanks for watching.